took the week off Rogue. Today's video is back to training, so I'm really excited. I feel refreshed mentally and physically, and that's always a good feeling. You work really hard and you have all this stress and anxiety and just kind of pressure you put on yourself leading up to an event, and then the event happens and it's kind of like this big adrenaline dump. And also I was super sore because the events were really challenging in a good way. And so I wanted to make sure that I didn't dive back in too soon, because I've done that in the past where I haven't let my body heal, I haven't let my body recover, and not only my body, but my mind as well. So today I feel recovered physically, mentally, and I'm excited to get after it. So I'm gonna start with some snatch technique work, because there's a couple things we wanna fix in the snatch. So I'm gonna pull out the blocks today, and then we're gonna go into some back squatting on the minute and just try to get my legs under me, ending with a big max set at a pretty heavy weight for me. Then from there we'll take it into a workout. But I'm excited, I feel ready, feels good to be back in the gym, and let's just get to training.
I'm about to bury my hatchet, so pick up the flush in your casket. These chemicals give me bad reactions. Burn it down to the ashes. Fan the flame until it catches. Fire's rising in the blackness.
So I ended with about 10 pounds lighter than I had hoped to end with, but just going off a feel in my body and kind of getting my mind into it. So actually my last set I think was probably my best set, and I just had to kind of talk myself out of this. You don't trust yourself, you don't believe in yourself. Like, I'm definitely strong enough to do this, and it's just finding that position. I haven't done snatch balances in a while, so something I'll be starting to incorporate to get comfortable in the bottom of my squat and make sure I'm thinking about the speed of my punch out, because in my snatch I'm very slow on turning it over as it gets heavy, and that's starting to be detrimental for me. So just thinking about speed, lockout, and I was happy because I could kind of pull myself out of it mentally today. I was starting to go down the road of like, oh, I don't know if it's there, and then in my head I'm like, no, like, just trust yourself, just freaking lock the bar out and you can do it. And so sometimes I'm sure you guys experience that in your own training, is like, just trust yourself, just believe you can do it, and I try not to feel sorry for myself. So if I start missing, it's like, no feeling sorry for yourself. Like, kind of pull your head out of the gutter and get into it and get moving. So that was a good first piece. Definitely some great takeaways for learning and continuing to build on the snatch. So I'm gonna do some block work. I want to focus on being able to find my above the knee position or right at my knee position off of the ground. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drill it from the blocks. So I'm gonna hit 3 reps from the blocks at knee. After my 3rd rep, I'm gonna move the bar to my floor and see if I can transfer that same muscle pattern and technique to my full snatch from the floor. I'll hit 3 from the floor, then I'll add weight, go back to the blocks. So I'm gonna go back and forth between the blocks and the floor, just focusing on making sure that I'm staying out over the bar, because I have the tendency to just wanna try to get my chest open too quickly off of the ground and dive under the bar. So I just try to pull with my back and my arms instead of actually being patient and staying over the bar to hit all of the proper positions that I should be hitting. First day on the blocks in probably, I don't know, 1.5 years or 2 years it feels like. Maybe not that long, but that's what it feels like. And it was a good day. You use the blocks intentionally. The bar's at a dead stop and you have less power, right? So it's not starting on the floor, it's starting at the knee. So you're losing all that time from the floor to the knee to gain power. So for me, that dead stop and starting with my shoulders over the bar is a tough position, right? And so what it highlighted is when I don't finish my pull, I failed my lifts. And then what it also highlighted for me was that I'm scared to commit to the bar. So the bar is flying up. I have strong legs. It's just trusting myself. And this has been kind of the story since I started CrossFit 8 years ago. Is like I like to catch my snatch with my head like slightly back, and then it's like, oh yeah, I got it, and I put my head through and press out. And that's not, when you hit a certain weight, you can't do that anymore. The bar is too heavy, you can't press it out. So just focusing on kind of tucking my chin through to my chest, almost not completely, but exaggerating that, or kind of headbutting the opposite wall so I can make sure that I'm in clean lockout and I'm not trying to muscle the bar overhead. So this is a constant work in progress. It's a little frustrating, but I do feel like I got better towards the end. I again had to back the weight off a little bit more than I hoped to, but it was a learning experience, and hey, that's what training's for, right? So moving on to some back squats. Keep the legs strong, so keep the bar flying overhead, so then we can just dial in the technique work on the Olympic lifts. All right, back squatting today. I'm gonna go 8 sets of 3, starting light and building to a really heavy set of 3, around 80–85%, depending on how I feel. And then I'm gonna go into I'm gonna drop the weight down and go into 1 max set of reps. The goal is to get as close to 20 as possible. We'll see how that goes.
Figure out what I am. Backing out, I'm blacking out, I'm backing out, the wretched out. Cat is out, back in the back of the back of the hack, and I smash them out. Better have a casket out when them dudes start clapping out. Although I never shot nobody, this is what I rap about. Gangster, but don't know the definition. Never was sent to prison and lying my composition. Rapping about my smithing, but wouldn't shoot with a mask on if I was the tooth guard on the distance.
I've already been through. You don't know the place I'm coming from. I've been high, I've been low, fought the demons in my soul. You don't know how much I've already been through. Stand proud, never backing down. Till they put me in the dirt. So you're gonna learn. You get what you deserve. And I stand my ground, never backing down. Oh yeah. Cut my teeth on streets nobody wants to go through. Earn these stripes made of lines that can't be undone. I've been high, I've been low, and the proof is in my bones. You don't know how much I've already been through.
Squats ended pretty well, so it's always mentally challenging when you have a max set. I like when people tell me reps, I like when people tell me time, I like knowns. And a max set to me is like, it's unknown because ultimately it leads you up to your mind and your body. Because a lot of times your mind's willing to give up before your body is. And so I think for me is like I set my goal at 10 to 12 reps and I ended up hitting 15. So I'm really happy with that because I've done 12 in the past. But it's interesting because like my first 3 reps never really feel awesome. And then I feel like I start to feel a little bit better as I keep going. But then you're getting tired and your heart rate's getting up and you can start to feel the pressure of the bar on your back. So just turning off all of those things. Like how does it feel out of the bottom? Am I stable? Am I still in a solid position to where I'm not putting myself at risk of injury? Yes, then tell your mind to shut up. And so that's kind of what I was doing. It's like, okay, just stop. And even ending at 15, I got done, I racked the bar, I'm happy with it, but I'm like, man, I think I could have done 2 more reps. So that's that mind piece of like, did my mind give up before my body, or did I get the stimulus out of it that I needed for today? So regardless, I'm really happy with it, but just try to pay attention to that in your own training as well. Is your mind giving up before your body, or do you feel like you're really cashed out? I really, as a smaller athlete, I do a lot of strength work. So my first hour and a half today was a lot of warm up, snatch work, squatting. I like to try to be in the top end of my strength, but make sure I can still keep my conditioning there. If you guys are interested in strength programs, make sure you click the link in the bio. Our strength accessory program is awesome. It's stuff that I've used my whole career, and it's helped get me to the strength numbers that I need to be at to be able to compete at the highest level. So if you guys are interested in a strength program, you could do this as an accessory with whatever else you're doing. It has some awesome accessory pieces in there as well to work on the single leg work, the upper back, stuff that maybe we're not hitting on regularly. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I love sharing my training with you. If there's anything you guys want to see in new videos or future videos coming up, we would love to bring it to you. So please, if you liked it, smash the like button, drop a comment below of anything else you want to see. We've got some giveaways coming up soon, and don't forget to check out the links in the bio, especially that strength program. Have a good day.